You're really spoiled if the local shelter has this beautiful corner Main Street property on Main Street. I mean, that is something very unique and very wonderful. And the number of friends that have come our way because of that location just is off the charts.
He was very knowledgeable in the ways of music. When you put a bass in...
It's a beautiful building with a lot of rich history. It's over 100 years old. It's on Main Street. It's a real showpiece for people that are coming into our community.
That bass. Oh man, play that bass. Play it.
I remember when they were first putting up Christmas lights, that was the one intersection that was always crossed with lights and something hanging down from it. So it is definitely the center of our town. But those four corners, the four corners hold so much history. You can go back in these old photographs, these books, and you can see the history of all the buildings. And it's changed considerably. But the structure of the building, the corner, and all of that is always the same. And I bet you if you did a tremendous amount of history, you'd find maybe a dozen to 20 businesses that made a living inside that structure.
Play that bass. Oh man, play that bass. Play in a harmonic mind.
Mostly I see us as a venue, as far as what we do here in Alamosa. As a venue for people to come and be heard, as well as a venue for the Puente organization, as well as other needs in the town to be heard. You know, we advertise as a community living room. I see it as community living room, a mixing pot, as well as a venue for anybody who needs to get information out there. We've seen quite a new wave of customers coming in from different areas. We got a lot more tourists that are coming in and returning every trip they make through Alamosa. They stop through 2-3 times a year, but it's every year that they make it through. Starting to see a lot more business people mixing in with, pretty much just every class here in Alamosa. You'll see an artist come in at the same table as a lawyer. You'll sit at the same table as one of the baristas sitting down. Musicians will all come in. It's really widened the spectrum that we've had in the last year. You know, not just coming in to get a cup of coffee and then off on your way. Usually people intend to come in and get it to go, but they'll end up having to pour it into a ceramic mug because they decide they want to stay. I've seen people coming in and wanting to volunteer and then end up trying to get into and possibly stay throughout the year as La Puente volunteers. We also have people that have moved into town knowing of La Puente and knowing of what we've done at Milagros, move into town specifically because they want to be part of that. So it's kind of unique what we have here in Alamosa with La Puente. You know, it's kind of hard to see that many other places. I mean, I love the organization. I love what it does. I mean, when I go home, I sleep comfortably knowing that I've got a roof over my head and I got a full belly, but not only have I done that for myself, but I've also tried to help provide that for others who may not be able to in that moment.
His hands work well, composing a melody like a lover tells. He listened to...
If we were to have to move to another location, we'd either have to pay quite a bit more for the rent and then have to cut back a lot of services as well as being open, or we'd have to go into a smaller space that wouldn't be able to provide the venue for what we do. So we'd probably have to split all of our events off. We'd have to do, 2 open mics, 2 documentary nights. It would definitely shrink what we had to do as far as the budgeting. Because I know right now, Kip Walker, the landlord right now, is giving us a really good deal. And it's going to be really hard to find what we have now anywhere else. Obviously owning the building is a better option. But right now what we have to choose another location or try to rent another location or even try to purchase another location. It may take years to get that situated and figured out.
The foundation community, including the Colorado State Historic Society, are very aware of the public benefit and impact that we have, but we have to tell our story to their board members. We have to show that Milagros is a place that the community enjoys and the community wants to preserve. And so at this point in the game, our lease is up. This lease that we established years ago, the end of this year, it's gone.
Glass in her hand, she's drinking away her troubles.
So we're hoping that we can get the patrons over the years, those that understand the mission of Milagros and how it supports, its profits support Puente and help us buy meals and serve people. If we can, people that believe in the historic can make a tiny contribution, and then for those who will let us use their name on a long list, we would like to bring a huge list of people and collective contributions to the table when we write for a grant that will help us support the purchase of the building. And so that building will stay as a permanent fixture way beyond the staff and board that now exist into perpetuity, with a plan to preserve that building and continue to that mission of community, can carry that mission forward to where we all would be participating in making this new fixture in a community possible. It's not owned by local government, it's not owned by individuals, it won't be sold, it'll be a dedicated deed, and it'll be there in a sense of permanence to where we all can count on going down there, grabbing a cup of coffee, whether we're homeless or not.
Pretty stars are made to shine. Pretty women are made for loving. Little Maggie was made for mine.
Where that building is and where Milagros is now, if we can keep that as the center focal point of downtown Alamosa, that's where it should be.
And a guitar around her knee.